Hi there, and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champs, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Rick, the Habs have already won more games than they did all of last season and remained in the mix for a playoff spot, which was the goal going into the season. The team's improved. Which player do you think is the most improved player this season?
Well, unfortunately, the injury bug got my good friend Gooley. I mean, this kid, he was really impressing me the way he's picked up his overall game, and he's a real deal. And hopefully he can put some of this injury stuff behind him and continue to develop as one of the elite top defensemen in the league. And I got to give him full credit for what he's been able to do so far in an early career. And, again, you got to mention Evans as having a year of beyond what everybody expect him to have. Good for him. He was rewarded with that new contract, but he's still, he made things happen, had a great year. So he's in that mix too. And I don't know if Nux wants me to mention a guy named Jack-Eye that's been able to finally tune his game to the point where he seems to have settled down and is stable and reliable and tries to keep himself, unlike Nux, having the wires touched too often. And he's a big bonus to have in their lineup. So a lot of guys with a lot of youth that are developing in a very, very good way. And again, we talk about the future and bigger and better things to come from this group.
Is Arbor your guy for most improved, Knuckles?
No, I put him as one. I'm going to say Yoel Armia. I mean, look, he's sent to the minors, right? And Arbor was too, we know, but Armia has really turned his career around. And when you talk about improvements, I like what Rick said, Jake Evans, no question. He's had a better season, but you can't go off any of the new guys like Lane Hudson or Newhook or any of these guys. I like to think Josh Anderson's is doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But Armia, for all intents and purposes, everybody had him out of here, thrown under the bus, see you later. And he's really turned it around. So, I'd say him and Evans. And, I'd throw Jack-Eye in the mix for sure, because here's a kid who turned himself into a consistent NHL defenseman. And, it's nice to have that big guy back there. Slavkovsky, Caufield, and Suzuki a whole lot more comfortable with Arbor Jack-Eye in the lineup.
You mentioned Anderson there, Knuckles. He hasn't even been practicing. He morning skates. He's obviously really banged up. When you see a guy like that still playing and playing the way he's playing, what does that do to the locker room?
A lot. I mean, last night I saw. Remember, he went in. It was offsides, and he went in and he wasn't sure if it was off. I guess he didn't hear the whistle, whatever. And he made the play, and the kid come to hit him. He buried that kid. That stuff goes a long way. Like, you gotta, especially on the road, like standing up to the other team like that. And it's when you have a big guy like that in the lineup. I know earlier in the year, I went on with Tony Marinaro, and Tony, we were talking about the team that was struggling, and he said, when's the last time you saw Josh Anderson in the middle of a scrum? Like, he's always on the outside, and he showed a couple clips, and it was true. And it's weird. After he said that, man, then he had the fight there. He'd give it to, was it someone in New York? Was
the Rangers
Trouba?
Trouba.
Yeah. And, he had a couple fights. He was sticking in there. And when you do that for your teammates, it does go a long way. It gives them confidence, knowing that we have guys here that will take care of the nonsense if they have to, but not just the fighting end, but playing physical, playing hard, driving the net. I've really loved what I've seen from him this year, and that's why I put him in the mix there. He's doing the things he's supposed to be doing, but last year he had a horrendous season, right?
Well,
and it's tough.
Go ahead, Nicholas. Yeah,
it's tough as a veteran when you're going through a rebuild, right? It's tough. Can you imagine Carey Price being here during this rebuild? How, like, after going through his career like that, and he's near the end, and he has to be part of a rebuild, how, like, wearing that can be on an older player? It can be. You got to be special.
You mentioned the Vancouver when he didn't hear the whistle and went in and he did the backhand move and then he decked the kid. But also Jaden Struble jumped right in there.
He's a tough kid. Struble's tough as nails.
He's improved also this season, I think.
Yeah,
right?
he has.
Yeah, and that's just a testament of the type of chemistry that they have. They're all in it together, and you see it the way that they're playing. They are all pulling on the rope the same way, and it's nice. It's nice to see. There's not anybody, I think, in the lineup when you watch the games, you go, oh, what's this guy doing? How come he's not playing the way he should be playing? Every one of those guys now is competing and paying the price to do everything they can possibly do every shift and every game to give themselves a chance to sneak in.
The other guy I think's improved is Cole Caufield. I mean, he's scoring. Everybody knew he could score goals. I remember Marty St. Louis a couple of years ago saying, I'm not going to teach Cole Caufield how to score goals, but I can teach him to play away from the puck and be a 200-foot player. And Knuckles, I watch him and he works his butt off in the defensive end. He's become a 200-foot player.
Yeah, he's improved in that way, and that it is like, think about it. How long do you have the puck in a game? Sure, the better players are going to have it a little more. Cole, he's going to have it on his stick, and it's going to be gone pretty quickly. Whether he's passing the puck or shooting it. So all that time in that game when he's on the ice, a lot of times he doesn't have the puck. So you have to know where to be. You have to know how to anticipate where the puck's going, all those things. And you have to be good on the defensive side of the puck. And that is the biggest improvement of this team over the last, since Christmas. Mm-hmm. The biggest improvement, and we talked about it all at the beginning of the year, every time we were on here, how bad they were defensively as a group, not just defensemen. And, we can talk about the goalies, blah, 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 but this team was giving up grade A opportunities early in the season that, Helen Keller could have scored on.
A lot of improved players this season, and that's why the Canadiens are in the mix for a playoff spot. Hey, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it out there. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com where you'll get all the latest Canadiens news every day. And if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please put it in the comments section below.